are now about to witness that we all sin, crushing I might. That's my pain from making what I can find. The Eugene S. Robinson's show. Welcome, my friends, to a show that apparently seemingly never ends. Even if I'm the show Stomper, I'm in a different location, a different locale. I'll explain everything soon, but right now, this is a fully 1-4. You just on the show Stomper. They got a full show, not your usual show, but it's never the usual show. I'll sell it. Bob Riley seen us in like he has every week since 2007. Some of you weren't even born then. Is that even possible? That was 2007, what is that? That's like, they just do a Mac, not so strong in the Mac, it would be 17 years ago. If I've got anybody who was not born when the show first started, let me know. I'll send you something for free. No, I just sounded real quick. I'll send you some advice. In any case, we're going to talk about the fights. I actually watched Derek Lewis last night. I'm 3,000 miles away from the usual location. Doesn't make a difference. We got a lot to talk about. But first, let's let Bob sing us in. Yes. Intro. All nothing. I'm on my way back. Still available. Revelation Records in Huntington Beach, California. I'm taking a real good look at you. Taking a real good look at your place in Huntington Beach, California. When you get your car with a hammer, shoot you to death in micro, and run your minute no time out of town instead of sitting over the restaurant. Always nothing. All right. Yeah, I'm a little discombobulated on 314 for reasons that should be well known to you. If you follow me on the Instagram machine or the Twitter machine, no, not even on the Twitter machine, it has to be Facebook or Instagram, you know that I attended daughter number 3's graduation. It's daughter number 3's graduation. However, it is the first graduation ceremony that I've ever been to. Yeah, I'm glad you could see this. Stress will do that to you, bro. We're talking about, I'm sorry. Did I say stress? I really meant stress and gas station cheeseburgers. And I am in a pitched battle right now with gas station cheeseburgers. I had one before my last haircut, made me violently ill for 3 days. I lost some weight. Okay? The rest of you would go, I'm not going to eat a gas station cheeseburger again. And that's because you're losers. That's because you're losers. Not me. Try and try again. If at first you don't succeed, you try and try again. Have another gas station cheeseburger, getting violently ill. 2 days. No, my gut was, it was about 2 days. My gut was, you know how bad it was? Let me tell you how bad it was. I went to jiu-jitsu anyway, because I'm not going to miss. I tell a guy before we roll, hey, if you get to eat, if you, by some stroke of luck, if you manage to get knee on belly, we're going to have a problem. I want to be known as a lot of things, but I don't want to be known and remembered because you know I would be as the guy who pooped on the mat. Guy's funny, weighs about 220, what I used to weigh before this hamburger, gas station cheeseburger episodes. Look, I got a friend who had a stroke from gas station dick pills, well, in tons of steroids. I asked him if he was going to stop taking gas station dick pills. He was like, why would I do that? My doctor gave me blood thinner, so it shouldn't happen again. His whole face went dead. Half of his face went dead. He didn't care. He's still on gas station dick pills and still taking steroids. So am I a lesser man? Am I a lesser man? I need to keep eating gas station cheeseburgers. Why the fuck not? Yeah, Pedialyte. I had some of that too. So I have another one, 2 days. Finally, the guy, we're rolling, 220, Ukrainian guy, post up, it's a knee on the belly. I was like, bro, like at a certain point, I don't care, right? You know, if I get known as a guy who pooped on the mat, so be it. But what happened instead, there was a explosion of flatulence that cleared the mat. And the guy goes, you need to go. He jumped up, he tapped. Said, that's it, I'm done. Ran across the mat, ran off the mat. He says, you need to go check. I go, why do you think I wear 3 layers? I wear underwear, I wear compression shorts, and I wear spats and shorts. I guess that's 4. So come on, we can finish. He goes, nope. I go, okay, well, I'll take my win, you take your loss. Good luck to you. 4 layers. When do you start doing that? When I stop using a cup. That way the junk doesn't get junked. So anyway, yeah, I did lose. I stood on the scale. Cora got the scale for me the other day. Stood on the scale. I was like, I look sick. That was 2 gas station cheeseburgers. I lost 6 pounds. And I figure if I lost 6 pounds that easily, yeah, that maybe wasn't real weight to begin with. But thank you, Eminem, for recognizing that I have lost weight. So anyway, I've had 2 other daughters graduate, but much like me, they didn't go to any ceremony. I didn't go to a ceremony. I was going to go to a ceremony just because I liked the idea of graduating from Stanford with all those people who didn't think I ever went to Stanford and have them look across. I didn't have a mohawk again. I didn't have a mohawk in 1984, but, you know, I'd have dressed up in punk rock styling. Yeah. But then I called, when you have these extended families, I called these families, the man who was my mother's second husband, you know, so he raised me from the age of 6 to 18. We're still in touch to this day, but I called him and said, hey man, the graduation is like June, that. He goes, is your mother going to be there? I called my mom, say, hey, listen, the graduation is there. If you guys want to book tickets, she goes, is Ed going to be there? And I was like, you know what? I'm going to stay in bed. I'm not going. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to, this is not another platform for you to continue this. Whatever happened to Virginia Woolf, I'm not going. I'm not, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? I'm not going. Stay in bed. Girlfriend at the time says, we wake up, you know, let's go over there. Find the first guy I know, a guy named Quincy Gunderson, whose father was at Los Alamos and was a whistleblower at Los Alamos. In a really interesting turn of events, was almost killed by the nuclear commission. Strange story. It used to be up on Ozzy, but of course Ozzy was shit canned by the fugitive financier, Carlos Watson. He's not a fugitive financier, but I want him to have this as a pre-known. Quincy, I say, hey, Quincy, can I borrow? Quincy, who actually I was Eskimo brothers with, and we'll get to that in a second. He lets me borrow his gown and the cap. I put it on, take a picture, send it back to my mom, go back to bed. So we're talking from 1984 to, I think, well, one of my sisters who graduated from RISD, I don't think she went to her ceremony. In any case, I didn't go to her ceremony. It's not like the door behind me just opened. But this one, she was like, I'm going to go, invited the family, super excited. I just shaved it. Super excited, flew out, and she graduated, went to the ceremony. And it was interesting because I'm watching kids. I finally figure out something's going on as they're walking across the stage to get their things. And they're just blown by the president who's standing there. And the president is I was like, oh, it's a protest. It's a protest. And so the thing is, if you don't shake the hands of the president, you don't get the photo taken. So at first I thought this was kind of churlish. Let me close the door because I don't want to blow everybody out. I thought it was kind of churlish, you know? Like, I don't know, you got guys got protesting. I don't even know you're protesting. This poor woman standing there, nobody's shaking her hand. And then when my daughter walks across the stage, She blows by, doesn't shake her hand, but she stands for the photo, and the guy waves her on. Then I got pissed off. You're going to return pettiness with pettiness? Why don't you act like a fucking adult and take these kids' pictures, you prick? So then I got angry. But later I said, so what are they protesting? So, well, there have been a number of sexual assault cases on campus that she has just moved, like the Catholic Church, just moved the offenders to other dorms. At one point, my daughter said, my second year here, I had 3 sex offenders on my floor, not even in just the dorm, on my floor. I said, kid, there are certain things you should tell your father, and that's one of the things you should have told. We paid a lot of good money for you to go. We didn't expect you to go to San Quentin. And she's like, yeah, well, so that was one of the reasons. And the other reason is, and I go, why'd they move these guys around? They were all sons of very wealthy alumni. Now it becomes a class drama. So now I'm steamed. I'm in it, Andre. And then they said, and then the other thing is, we haven't really liked her response to the situation in Gaza. And I was like, yeah. And then with the hand wave, let's go back to the sex assault thing. So managed to get out. And it was funny. I had tickets and she sent me the tickets and I'm looking on my phone. I can't find the tickets. I got Cora with me. We're walking up to the door and, and the lady sees me wearing a suit, that suit right behind me. And she's like, go ahead. I didn't even have to, she said, go ahead, honey. Go on in. Oh, sorry. So we are I'm at my sister's house. Oh, you don't need to know where it is. Don't worry. And I'm actually staying in my niece's bedroom. So we're staying here. Cora is downstairs with said niece doing some Mother's Day creationing because I didn't get my act together in order to do that. Mostly because I could focus on one thing at a time, and that was the graduation. So last night I stayed up late, wrote the Substack, and I know I'm doing the show early by West Coast standards, but I got to get it done. Sorrel just let me know about who showed up for Sunday service training, and I'm reading through the comments. And mostly people, Albini was well loved. I had 3 comments that I want to address. And some of you said, look, I would really appreciate if you did the whole show on Albini. I did the whole show on Albini, but I wanted to do a couple of things and go through the writing process for those of you who care. If you've read it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, then whatever, maybe the show is not for you. So 2 of the comments naturally hewed to this line that was to be expected, in which I tried to head off at the pass, talking about his edgelord period, right? Specifically his support of Peter Sotos. Now, Peter Sotos put out a magazine called Pure. I don't know if you've read it. And he was arrested for it and actually served some jail time until it became kind of a cause celeb, like Jesse Helms back in when he was after Carol Finley and all these edgy artists. Sotos went to jail for writing a magazine that was singularly about the rape and murder of children and prostitutes. Not your cup of tea? Don't read it. Sotos himself was not out raping children and raping and murdering prostitutes. He just decided to do a magazine about it, right? Every issue of the magazine, and he called the magazine Pure. They had photos of baby dolls, plastic, fake baby dolls, jammed with dildos jammed in their orifices. It was distasteful to the highest degree. This was collected in a series called Total Abuse. And that's a different thing. And now I have to switch topics because it is too disturbing for the kinder. Thank you, kid. So he had to do, he put out a book called Total Abuse, which Albini wrote the liner notes for, the back cover blurb for. So the people are talking about kind of co-joining Albini with Sotos, with child porn, child rape and murder. Of course, talking about child rape and murder and the rape and murder of prostitutes is very different from doing it. Doesn't matter. Sotos was arrested and eventually I think he was found to be not guilty. It's like the guy who's the guy who did Piss Crutch? Andre Serrano. Crucifix and a cup of piss, and then took photos of it, and the people were up in arms. I bought Total Abuse and read it from beginning to end, and it was upsetting. More so if you have a very positive relationship with kids, which I do, or a very positive relationship with prostitutes, which I have. Friends, the women. The best comment ever came from. This is 314. Thanks for listening. Look at you, baby. Don't die. Don't die, bloody.